Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dave. It's yoga time. Class number 110. That's got a synergy to it, hasn't it? That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, well, there's some funny rays coming in here today. That means number one, I'm at home. Number two, that means the sun is shining, everyone. Hey, can't say that every day. Do you remember last week I was at Space to Breathe and the sun was shining, then the rain was pelting in, then it got all dark, then the sun shone again. So I think that we're getting out of that doom and gloom, right? And we're ready to bloom into the spring. If you haven't done already, I think when the sun comes out, it can really lift us, can't it? And it gives us that hope. You know, sometimes when you walk along and you get that first sunny, fresh day and you can smell the grass, it's hope, I think, that you can smell. You know, hope tinged with a little bit of excitement. You're like, oh, yeah, here it is. That doesn't mean that we hibernate when we're in winter, but we do a little bit, don't we? You know, we kind of draw ourselves inwards, especially last winter with the cold and the heating not being on. So, yeah, it's really lovely to be able to teach in the sun. And look, I've got a T-shirt on today. Woohoo! All right. Okay. Saying that, I think we're going to keep it pretty chilled out today. This class is always advertised as gentle yoga. So I don't want to kind of get into it where it just gets a little bit too physical. The idea with yoga is that, number one, it needs to be enjoyable, right? It wants to be something that you come back to time and time again. And I think sometimes we have these great intentions, don't we, where we're like, all right, this year I'm going to walk more, I'm going to run, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do yoga, blah, 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 I'm going to eat well. And then it gets to this time of the year, what is it, mid-April, and things start to wane a little bit, you know? And what I think about is regular, steady practice. Regular, steady practice. There's two Sanskrit words, abhyasa and vairagya. And abhyasa just means regular, steady practice. And I always like to put something else in there, regular, steady, gentle practice. It doesn't have to be too physical, because if you're hurting yourself, well, number one, you should never hurt yourself in yoga or anything, really. But number two, it needs to be something that's enjoyable, right? So that's abhyasa. Vairagya is release the outcome. So we're not getting onto our mats because we want to do a crazy headstand or we want to go into a crazy arm balance. We're doing it just for that self-inquiry. And that's what yoga's about, right? It's heart, it's self-inquiry. It's every time I sit here or lie or whatever position I'm in and I draw my attention inwards, however I do that, or how you do that, it's very personal. Then we just check in with ourselves and we see where we are, without judgment. And, you know, we do that without going, I need to feel a certain way. You don't need to feel any way. All emotions are valid, right? All emotions are valid. You know, when we feel sad, it's valid. When we feel happy, it's valid. When we feel anger, it's valid, as long as it's directed in the right way or channeled in the right way. You know, they're all emotions that we want to express. And I think in yoga, you're able to do that a little bit better, maybe, because you're just paying attention instead of distracting yourself constantly with all of the other chatter that's going on. You know, you're bringing it in, and that's the beautiful part. So it's simple. It's a challenge. Don't get me wrong. It can be a challenge to gather the discipline to get onto your mat, but try and think of it as regular and steady, because you know that you get nourishment from it. That is today's yoga public broadcast. I'm going to say no more like that. All right, let's see who we've got in. Jack is here. Yes, Irene's here. Regulars. Margaret's always here. But Margaret's going to catch it later because she's just eaten. And Margaret's in one of my favourite places. My favourite place is Leicester, obviously. Come on. Cumbria. That's my second favourite place, the Lake District, or Cumbria in general. It doesn't have to be the national park. Northumberland. Northumberland's beautiful. I love it. But I love all parts of the British Isles. So it's a real pleasure to be able to teach to people in all parts of the British Isles, because it's such an amazing landscape and country we've got here. It's so diverse, isn't it? Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going to move back onto my mat. If you want to move a little bit, feel free to move. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go onto my mat. Let's just see if everything looks all right. Looks all right at home today. I've got some incense burning. I've got loads of room to practice. So you do the same. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Bring your feet out. Let's do what we normally do. Drop your knees to either side. Do this in a nice, gentle way. Get into your hips. I've just had some massage. I'm not sure if it is massage. It's kind of bodywork stroke massage, and a really beautiful guy called Ryan who gives me my work, and he's been digging around in my hips today, and I felt a little bit sad when he was digging around in my hips. I'm not sure whether it was the pain or just something much deeper than that. So there'll be a little bit of attention on hips today, a little bit of attention on hips. I'm kind of thinking about our pelvic bowl and opening that up. Just drop the knees from either side. Nice. And keep breathing here. Maybe inhaling as knees come up, exhale as the knees fall down. Can we do this for 40 more minutes? We probably could, couldn't we? 40 minutes of just dropping our knees to either side. And then see if we can walk afterwards. All right. Come back to center and then cross your legs. Remember, at this part of the class, if you want to sit on something, if you want to sit against a wall, you can do that. Bring your hands onto your beautiful knees. Okay. I've got something strange on my foot. I think it's cereal. That's okay. Bring your hands onto your knees. Sufi grind. Inhale forward, exhale ground. Inhale forward, exhale round. And then just get into the nice steady rhythm. When I've got things like cereal stuck to my feet, it generally means I need to vacuum. Oh, vacuuming is so boring though, isn't it? I kind of thought as I got older that these tasks would become a little bit more interesting, but they're not, are they? I'm just thinking about my wife, the way that she vacuums. She vacuums in an angry way. You know, like a teenager would vacuum. And I think she does it that way, so I take over. She crashes it around. She holds it in a really weird way. So I'm the vacuumer in this house. I've just emptied the dishwasher. I've just put the washing away. It's all going on today, you know. I've stuck some perspex on the back of the door. I've taught a yoga class, and here's my second one. All right. Inhale forward, exhale round. Inhale forward, exhale round. If you had a busy day, just that time to carve a little bit of space for yourself. Even if it's for this just 45 minutes, this is your practice. This is the dead time that you dedicate for yourself. Breathe deeply into your lower spine. This is called Sufi circles or Sufi grind. And it's a beautiful movement to get into the spine. It's a beautiful movement to get into your hips. Nice. Come back to center, whatever way. And then come back the other way. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. So the breath is really important in yoga, but don't obsess with it. You know, sometimes when we start a practice, we ask you to move your body in a certain way and breathe in a certain way. It can become a little bit like, oh, mate, give me a break. Match your movement with breath as you can. Inhale as you come forward like this. Exhale as you come back like this. And then think about softness in your jaw. Think about softness in your shoulders. So there's that kind of dual action going on in our yoga practice. We're engaging in certain parts of the body as we try and relax and bring, you know, that space, volume into the body. Luminosity is a nice word, isn't it? So kind of breathe that voluminosity into your body. Even if it's just an intention. Nice. Take an inhale. We'll come back to center. And as you exhale, just let it go. Breathe out through your mouth. Do it as a sigh. Let's do that 2 more times. Press your fingertips down into the floor. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And a full exhale through your mouth. And then one more like that. Deep inhale through your nose. And a full exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. Nice. Maybe just drop your knees a little bit side to side. I'm going to come towards the camera so I'm a little bit closer because we're going to do some stuff which is pretty simple. I'm just going to have a look at these. Nice. Pam says she lives in Cumbria and she's doing a CPD module at Leicester Uni in diabetes prevention. Oh, mate, if you're ever in Leicester, hook up with me and I'll buy you a brew. I'm like the local guide. All right. I like that though. Cumbria and Leicester. Bring your right hand up. Bring your right hand onto your left ear. Okay. And then draw your right ear down to your right shoulder. Drop your chin down just a little bit. So this is probably where you start. And then you maybe drop the chin down. You don't have to be still. You can just move around and see where you need to breathe into. Don't pull on this hand. Just let the weight of the arm anchor you down. I'm feeling pretty tight here today, so I'm being really cautious. Maybe you're the same. Nice. Take one more complete round of breath. When you exhale, do it this way. It's really nice. Release the right hand and then bring the left hand onto the left temple and just push the head back to center. Give the head a little shake. And then left hand on the right ear and then just draw the left ear and down to the left shoulder. The left hand's on the right ear. The left ear is drawing down to the left shoulder. Think about length in your spine. Breathe super deep here. Feel free to close your eyes. Maybe drop the chin down. Maybe bring it up a little bit. What do you need to do to find that stretch? It doesn't have to be too deep. Just inquire. Find that softness through your jaw. Take one more complete round of breath. So a nice deep, rich inhale. And then a full exhale. And then release. And then just push your head back to center. And then bring your hands down. Nice. A little bit of movement through the neck. Let's do some shoulder shrugs first. So hands onto the knees. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. So that's your movement. Stay nice and relaxed through the jaw. Simple shoulder shrug. So just releasing any tension that you might be feeling. You might not be feeling any tension, but just notice how this feels. Really drop your shoulder blades down your back. Three more times. Beautiful. A little bit of movement through the neck again. So we're doing simple movement. So I love this one. Inhale your head to the left. Really gentle as you do it. Exhale your head to the right. Really gentle as you do it. So that's your movement. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And feel free, if you get to a point like here and you're like, ooh, interesting, you might pause and breathe into it. But if the neck is beginning to feel a little bit more open, feel free just to move in this nice fluid movement. Inhale left. Exhale right. Nice one to do with the eyes closed. A couple more times either side. And then inhale, come all the way back to center. Full exhale through the nose or through the mouth. If your eyes are closed, come with the eyes open. Then maybe just swap your shins out. Give them a little crossover. Have a little wriggle. And again, if you want to sit in a chair for this bit, feel free. If you want to sit up against something like this pose, like Sukhasana with a straight spine, if this feels too much, it's too much in the back and the hips, then sit in a way that feels good for you. A little bit of breath, and then we'll move a wee bit more. So right hand up towards the nose. Left hand can just be on your knee. Block off your right nostril with your thumb. Take a deep inhale through the left nostril. And then close off the left nostril with your ring finger or little finger. Exhale through your right. Nice. Inhale through your right. Block it off with your thumb. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Beautiful. Deep inhale through the right. Close off right with a thumb switch. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close it, switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close off right, exhale through the left. One more round, inhale through the left. Close it off, switch, exhale through the right. Inhale right. Close off right, exhale through the left. And then you can bring the right hand down. And then let's do this. Bring the thumb and the forefinger together. Palms are face up. Arms are nice and relaxed. Take a couple of breaths, balancing breaths. And that's Nadi Shodhana. This is alternate nostril breathing. So thinking about breathing through the left and the right nostril and balancing the right and the left side of the brain. To bring that calmness into the body. If you feel really agitated and really high, then just breathe through your left nostril. And if you need energy, breathe through your right nostril, in and out through the left, in and out through the right. If you need to balance your energy out, then you can do that alternate nostril breathing any time of the day. Really nice to do in the mornings to kind of capture your focus and to really get into the full length of your breath. All right, just to move back a little bit. Bring your hands onto your front shin. We're going to flex the spine. We do this in Spinal Care Week. We've not done it for a long time. So you inhale forward, you exhale round. So that movement here is coming into my lower back and into my pelvis. So my pelvis is kind of rocking forwards and backwards. And the movement is in my spine. I'll show you it from the side. If it's a confusing movement to look at head on, it's here. See that movement is kind of that part of the spine that goes backwards, forwards, and you can see the pelvis is just rocking as I move. So it's not a massive movement, and the head stays nice and still. You don't move your head independently. It's not like this. The head stays still. So if you put your hand under your chin, it ain't going to move. So it's that movement. And even though your hands are on your front shin here, the movement's coming from your navel. So again, I could move my hands away, but I've still got the movement going. So get into that. We'll be here for a little bit longer, and obviously make the movement as big or as small, as fast or as slow as feels good for you. I go quite quickly, and you inhale forward and you exhale your round. So it's a stay nice and relaxed with your jaw. It's a slightly odd movement, isn't it? It's not something that we do every day, I guess. But it's a spinal flex, and it's moving the energy up through your spine to the crown of your head. It's really, really nourishing and energizing, especially if your breath is like this. So let me just do the breath for 30 seconds or so without gassing onto you. Just a little bit longer. And you might be kind of like this, really slow. Just do 2 more rounds. Inhale, bring your spine long, and then a full exhale, let it go. Nice, beautiful. We're going to do one more thing sat. So let's just move the legs out a little bit, maybe stretch them out in front, give them a little massage or a big massage, maybe give them a little tap down, whatever feels good. Maybe come into the bottoms of the feet. What do you need to do? What do you want to do? Maybe warm the legs up a little bit. Even though it's sunny, it's not that warm, is it? Bring some life back into your legs. Maybe give them a little pad out. Nice. And then see if you can bring the other shin in front. And then we're going to do a little lateral stretch. We've got 2 options here. I'm just trying to decide which one to do. Let's do the one. I'm going to give myself a little bit more room. This one's nice because you can build it up. So the left hand will be down. bring it down onto the floor, and then inhale your right arm up over to the left. Okay, so the right arm's up over to the left. So think about that line of energy from your right fingers all the way down to your right hip. There's your inhale. As you exhale, swap left arm over to the right. And again, you see all this space that you're creating, and you're opening the side of the body down into the outer hip. All right, so now we'll move side to side. It's a good one, this. You'll like it. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Get into your breath. Inhale left, exhale right. Breathing super deep. And then do 2 more, and you're going to end up with your left fingertips on the floor. So bring your left hand down, and then bring your right hand over to the left. And this left hand kind of goes behind the spine. So we'll turn it into a twist. Deep inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left. Just find the twist in the spine. Sit nice and tall. And then when you're ready, come back to center, and then just swap it out. Twist over to the right. Take a couple of breaths. We've moved into the neck, haven't we? So if you want to kind of look down the shoulder, feel free. And then just that side to side movement, but in a twist. So inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. And we just build this one up just a little bit. You're going to bring the hands up. So you're going to inhale, exhale. Still twisting. Inhaling left, exhale right. Open the arms out. Nice powerful breath if you can muster it. Couple more times either side. Come back to center. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale here. And a full exhale. One more like that. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. And then just sitting just for a quick moment. Palms face up. Maybe close your eyes. Just notice the effects of your practice. Like twists like that, they can feel very energizing, nourishing, detoxifying. So see what you feel within your body. See if you can kind of tap in with a flow of energy. You know, you've created that space, luminosity. There's that word again. The word of the day, isn't it? Has he been reading the dictionary? All right, go with your eyes open, and then we're going to come to stand. I must have heard someone else say it. All right. You're not on your mat. Come onto your mat. I feel really stiff because we've been sat for so long. So give your legs a good shake out. Woo! Nice. Shake the arms. Whatever you need to do. Shrug the shoulders. Maybe bounce on the heels, the toes. What do you want to do here? What do you want to bring in? Nice. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come into a standing forward fold. So your feet go really wide with your feet, like much wider than hips. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. So let's do that 3 more times. Inhale up, Stretch into the shoulders. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. Inhale up. Work with your breath. Exhale down. Here's the final one. Inhale up. And then as you exhale, just hinge at the hips, fold at the waist, and then come all the way down. So maybe then walk the feet in just a little bit. Don't want to be too wide. Maybe you start with the hands on the knees. You can flex backwards, forwards. If you want to grab opposite elbows, feel free. And then just hang in a really gentle standing forward fold. Let your head be nice and heavy and loose. And then just breathe that space into the lower spine. We've done plenty of work there, haven't we? We've kind of focused into the lower spine. So see what it feels like. And if you can kind of bend and hinge at the hips a little bit deeper, feel free, but you don't have to. Maybe the weight comes into the toes. Maybe you give your calves a good kind of rub out. Maybe the backs of the legs, but let the head be really loose. And maybe sway the hands side to side. That can feel really good. Beautiful. Nice. Bring your hands onto the floor. So even if it's just your fingertips like this, bend deeper into the knees. Roll all the way up. Come to stand. Woo. Roll your shoulders back. Nice. All right. Let's just build this up just a little bit. So hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold in nice and deep. Nice. Inhale, just lengthen your spine, kind of come up halfway. As you exhale, with the legs nice and wide, come down, press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. 1 movement, 1 breath. Inhale, come up nice and wide here with the feet. Exhale, fold in. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, hands down. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Nice. And then if you're not there already, you might be, I was standing in the center of my mat. Come to the top of your mat. And then we're going to just work into a few lunges here. So really getting into these hips. Feet are probably hip width apart now. A little bit narrower if it feels good. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's flow together. Inhale up. Exhale, fold in deep. Nice. Inhale to lengthen. Come up halfway. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Just step your right foot back and drop your right knee. Do that really gently. Then make a basket grip and come up onto this left thigh. And then just lunge into this left knee. You can be a little bit dynamic here because you're using the hands to support you. Make sure the left knee doesn't shoot beyond the left ankle and kind of just coax this right hip open. So you want to be feeling it kind of around here, this right hip flexor. Every inhale, you find length and you lift from the heart and the navel. Every exhale, you sink into your hips. And you feel a little bit wobbly, go nice and wide with the feet. So you kind of walk the back foot out and the front foot. But don't overdo this. You don't be bouncing on here. It's yoga, remember. It's not, some kind of gymnastics. It's different to that. Nice. From here, if it feels okay, sweep your arms above your head. And then just breathe here. Relax your shoulder blades down your back. And then maybe clasp your hands together. Cross your thumbs and then bring your index finger out. So you're pointing your index finger up towards the sky. Nice deep inhales. And then full exhales. Beautiful. Nice. From here, bring your right hand down. So it's right in the center of your mat. And then see if you can lift out through the right leg. So you kind of lengthen, lift the knee. If you don't like that, stay down low. See if you can lift your left arm up. So you come into a side twist and you kind of stack in wrist on top of wrist. So you want one line. If you can't quite get it, it's all good. Look up, look down, whatever feels safer for the neck. Take 1 more deep inhale. As you exhale, frame the left foot and then see if you can bump the right foot up to the top of your mat. So you just step it up, maybe in a couple of steps if that's good. Inhale to come up halfway and exhale to fold. Press into your feet, root to rise, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. That absolutely knackered me. You feel a little worn out after that. That's okay. All right. Let's do it this way this time. Bring the feet together. Hands are in prayer. And then we're going to come into a chair pose. So you're going to bend deeply into your knees, kind of zip the knees up, sweep the arms forward, and then sit back into your chair. So you can always be here if you want, or you can be here, or you can be here, or you can be here. You don't have to bend in deep, but bring the weight into the heels wherever you are. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down. This time, left leg steps back, drop the left knee, and then walk the right foot out just a little bit so you go nice and wide. As you do that, press the top of the left foot down, and then make a basket grip and come onto your right thigh, and then basket grip, right knee and right ankle lined up. You're sinking in, you're lengthening. So every inhale, think about your heart, lift up here, shoulders relaxed. Every exhale, sink it down. Nice deep inhales, full releasing exhales. I probably had too many coffees this morning. I had 2 buckets of coffee and then a bucket of decaf coffee. They weren't buckets, but they were quite large. And the guy I was with, he said, "Do you want another coffee, Dave?" And I said, "I better not." Kind of quite excitable at the best of times. 3 coffees, too much. So 1 was decaf. I'm not having any more, I promise. Nice. All right. Take 1 more deep inhale and a full exhale. Then sweep your arms up. Lift them up, and then go maybe cross the thumbs, clasp the hands, push the hands up, and then have the index fingers pointing out. Relax your shoulders down your back as much as you can. You don't have to be kind of here. You can relax the shoulders just a little bit. Feel this stretch into the front of the left thigh, the left hip flexor. You're going to take 1 more deep inhale, and then as you exhale, same thing, left hand down, lift the left knee, lengthen. Here's your first thing. Remember, you can do this with the left knee down if you want. If you want to lift up through the right arm, feel free, and then just bend and twist. It's a twist, not a bend. Maybe look up, maybe look down. Nice. Take 1 more deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the hand down, bump the left foot up to meet the right. Nice. Inhale to come up halfway. And exhale, fold in nice and deep. Root down into your feet. Sweep the arms up high and wide. Come all the way up to stand. Check out the cobwebs in your house. I've got some. Exhale, hands to heart center. It's only in yoga you really find your cobwebs. Okay, let's do 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold in nice and deep. Nice. And then let's do this. Step 1 foot back. So nice big step. See how much I've stepped it back. And then the other. And then take an inhale. Lengthen here into your plank. So the hips are not here, they're not high. The hips are not here, they're not low. 1 neutral line, pressing into the outer edges of your feet. Everybody drop your knees down. Keep your elbows tucked in towards the side of your body. So the most important thing is the elbows stay tucked in and you lower as slow as you can. So lower down. You might get to this point and your arms might be like, "Oh, I can't do it. Don't make me." But try and lower down with control. If the last bit was a little messy, it's all good. You're all building strength. Tops of the feet press into the floor. Inhale, cobra. So here's your back bend. We haven't done one yet. Exhale, bring your forehead just to kiss the floor. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, cobra. Keep your elbows tucked in. Exhale, lower down. Here's the final one. Inhale into your cobra. And exhale, bring your forehead down. Nice. Tuck your toes under. Push yourself back to all fours. So you find yourself in this nice relaxed all fours position. Knees are stacked right underneath the hips. Neutral spine. Nice. Inhale, drop your belly down. Lift your head and your heart. Exhale, round your spine. So we're back here into the spine. Tipping the pelvis forward. Elongating the spine. As we exhale, we round it. We tuck the navel back towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Nice powerful breath. Inhale forward. Exhale round. Couple more. Inhale, come back to center. Nice. And then as you exhale, tuck your toes under. And I know it's getting towards the end of the class, but lift your hips and come into downward facing dog. Separate your feet nice and wide. Keep a big, generous bend in your knees, and then just bend your knees backwards and forwards. Nice. Breathe it out here. Notice what you need to do in your downward facing dog. It's different, isn't it, from day to day? But for me, it's always about lengthening my spine. It's all about nice bent knees so I can kind of find that length. Nice. Take one more deep inhale. Then as you exhale, bring your knees down onto the mat. And as you do it, split them wide and then come into child's pose. So you bring your sit bones back towards your heels and then you drop your head down onto the floor. If you need to support your head out, then you can do this and bring your head onto your hands. Do what you need to do just to breathe it all out. Deep inhale and full exhales. Think about where your breath is within your body. Really breathe deeply there. Beautiful. And then if the hands aren't stretched out in front like mine, then bring them round, press into your hands, press yourself back to all fours. Nice. And then just step your right foot back. Then as you step your right foot back, see if you can turn your right toes to the long edge of your right hand side of your mat. So you just kind of pivot. So you turn the toes to the right. And then as you do that, see if you can seal the outer edge of the right foot. The left hand comes right into the center of your mat. And then inhale, sweep up through your right arm. Nice. So the right leg's long, the right arm's lifted. This is an adapted side plank. You can look up if you want. You can look down if you want. But breathe here, engage here at your navel. And then press into the outer edge of that right foot. Really seal the connection. Nice. Take one more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand down, come to all fours, and then just swap that out. So lengthen out through the left leg, bring the right hand in the center of your mat, turn the left toes to the long left edge of your mat. Make sure everything's lined up here. And then inhale the left arm up. Really roll the left shoulder back. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. Take one more complete round of breath. And then as you exhale, nice. Bring that left hand down to meet the right. Separate the knees, come back to all fours. And then all we're going to do, nice and simple, is we're going to sit back onto our heels. If this doesn't feel good, then sit cross-legged. And then lengthen your spine. And bring your arms behind your back and just hold on to opposite elbows or opposite forearms. Lengthen here. Give yourself a nice passive stretch through the ankles, tops of the feet. Maybe close your eyes. And give yourself loads of room to breathe into. So think about the front of your hips, where we've done a load of work, your shoulders, your chest, your spine, and then into your face, your jaw. Beautiful. Take one more complete round of breath. A nice deep inhale and a full exhale. Nice. And then you can unclasp the hands. Push yourself just to one side. Come onto one hip and then lie down on your mat. Come down any way that feels good. I just like to generally plonk myself down and then hug your knees in towards your chest. And rock out on your spine a little bit. The knees hugged in. Feel that massage into your lower spine. Really enjoy that sensation. Beautiful. Then bring your feet down onto your mat. This is very much like how we started the class, by moving the knees side to side. This time we do it on our backs. Bring the arms out so they're in line with your shoulder. Have the palms face up. And then just drop your knees all the way over to the right. And then because we've done so much work into the neck, you can always look to the left. And close the eyes if it feels safe and just breathe it out here. Just a few breaths on either side. When you're ready, inhale, bring the legs back to center. As you exhale, drop them over to the left, and then maybe just turn the gaze to the right. You can look straight up if that feels okay. Just 2 more rounds of breath. And when you're ready, inhale, come all the way back to center. Hug your knees in. Nice. And then roll to one side. Push yourself up with your top hand and then come back to a seated position. Really lovely work this afternoon, everyone. It's really great. Okay, find yourself comfortable here. Beautiful, really nice. Let's do one more movement into the neck. Let's drop our chin down towards the sternum. And then just rock your chin to either side. As you do this, kind of noticing the effects of your practice. See how it's changed you. See if you've kind of shook that stuckness out of the body a little bit, gently. Change your perspective. Be nice and gentle with these movements. Nice. And then with the help of the right hand, just push your head back to center if it's not there already, and then bring your right hand down. Beautiful. Rub your hands together at heart center. Create a load of heat in between your palms. Like loads of heat. Heat yourself up if you need to. Close your eyes if it feels safe. Bring your hands over your eyes. And then quickly blink your eyes open if they were closed. And then rotate them a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. And then bring your hands down to heart center. Maybe just bowing your gaze down to the tips of your fingers, and nice and simple, wish first and foremost yourself well, and then everybody else well. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. It's really nice to have practiced with you today. I forgot, my good friend Carolina was on this morning. She did a sound bath. I think it was at 11 a.m. and she also teaches with me at the Space to Breathe Collective. And her sound baths are incredible. If you're ever in Leicester or Leicestershire, because she does them across Leicester and Leicestershire, check her out. She also does one-to-one sound healings as well, which are like, whoa, really great. But if you didn't catch her, get it on catch up, get on Facebook and check it out, because if you want a blissful hour, then wow, it's such an amazing way to spend. It's probably not an hour, is it, on Royal Voluntary Service Virtual Village? Probably like half an hour, something like that. But check her out, Carolina Kazera, and it was sound healing. All right, everyone. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Steve. Really lovely to have you along. All of you guys, all of the regulars, anyone that was new, welcome. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and well done for turning up for yourself. Bye, everyone.